You ever wonder how some businesses always seem to stay one step ahead of the competition? Like they know when to drop prices, launch new products, or switch up their ads, almost like they've got a spy on the inside. Well, the truth is, they kinda do. My name is Daniel, and on today's video, we're diving into the world of legal competitive monitoring and how businesses use proxies and automation to quietly track everything their competitors are doing online. From pricing and marketing to SEO and product changes, we'll break down how it works, why it's totally legal, and whether it's something you should be doing too. Guys, make sure you check out all the useful links in the description. After watching this video, there might be some nice discounts there. Let's jump in. Why businesses spy on competitors? Alright, let's start with the obvious. Why do businesses spy on their competitors? Simple. In a competitive market, information is power. The more you know about what your rivals are doing, the better decisions you can make. Think about it. Wouldn't you want to know your competitors' prices, what ads they're running, or which products they're pushing? That kind of info can seriously shape your strategy. Back in the day, getting this intel was slow and expensive. Companies hired people to call, visit stores, or scrape websites by hand. It took time and cost a ton. Now, most of that info is online. But checking dozens of sites every day, not practical. Plus, sites can block you if they detect too much activity from one IP. This hits e-commerce especially hard. If you've got 50 competitors, keeping up with their pricing, inventory, and promos manually is impossible. That's where proxies and automation tools come in. They let you collect data quietly and efficiently. Bottom line, companies spy because flying blind isn't an option anymore. If you're not tracking the competition, you're falling behind. And speaking of staying one step ahead online, let me put you onto something that's made my life way easier. GoLogin. Now look, the internet isn't as chill as it used to be. There's geo-blocks, websites tracking everything you do, and managing multiple accounts without getting flagged, basically impossible with regular browsers. Whether you're just trying to browse privately, or run accounts for clients, or different brands, you need something that actually gives you control. That's where GoLogin comes in. It's not just about privacy. It's about freedom, security, and making sure you're not getting tracked or blocked for no reason. Here's what makes it different: unrestricted access. Open any website or content, no matter where you are. No more "this content is unavailable in your region" nonsense. Online privacy and security. Control how websites track you and protect your data. GoLogin stops websites from tracking you, unlike regular browsers. Multi-account management. Run different profiles without logging in and out. Easily switch between different profiles for work, social media, or business. Seamless remote work and collaboration. Share secure profiles with your team without sharing passwords. Work securely from anywhere. No more tracking and fingerprinting. Stay invisible to trackers and ads. GoLogin hides more than just your location. It protects your entire online identity. 2 GB of free residential proxies included, ensuring fast, private, and reliable connections worldwide to get you started fast. I use it to switch between profiles, access content from other countries, and keep my online activity totally separate and secure. No IP bans, no tracking, just complete control over your online experience. And yeah, it even comes with 2 GB of free residential proxies to get you started fast. If you want privacy, security, and complete online freedom, GoLogin is the tool you need. Try it for free today. Click the link in the description. Thanks so much to GoLogin for sponsoring me. And now back to the video. The legal side of competitive monitoring. I know what some of you are thinking, guys. This sounds kinda shady, right? Like, is spying on competitors even legal? Good news, yes it is, as long as you're doing it the right way. Here's the deal. There's a big difference between collecting public info and hacking into private systems. What we're talking about is 100% legal, just gathering data that's already out there on public websites. Think of it like this. If you visit a competitor's site to check their prices, that's basic research. Automating that process with tools and proxies, same thing, just more efficient. In most places, including the US, the law says if info is publicly available, it's fair game to collect and analyze. That includes prices, product descriptions, ads, anything out in the open. Now, there are lines you can't cross, folks. No hacking, no pretending to be someone else, and no violating terms of service in shady ways. But visiting public sites, even with proxies or bots, is totally legit. In fact, there's a whole industry built around this. Big firms like McKinsey and Deloitte offer competitive intelligence services, and there are tons of tools designed for this exact purpose. If it were illegal, you wouldn't see major corporations doing it so openly. So yeah, my friends, using proxies for competitive research, it's not sketchy, it's smart business. Guys, before we move on, I try to make my content fun instead of boring. And in return, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I make. Legal methods to spy on competitors. Alright, now let's get into the meat and potatoes of how businesses actually do this competitive monitoring using proxies. There are several different methods that companies use, and I want to walk you through the most common and effective ones. The most basic approach, guys, is what's called price monitoring. This is probably the most common form of competitive intelligence, especially for e-commerce businesses. Here's how it works. A company will use automated tools to regularly visit competitor websites and collect pricing information for similar products. But here's the catch. If they did this from their own IP address, competitors might detect the frequent visits and either block them or show them fake prices. This is where proxies come in, my friends. By using different proxy servers, businesses can make it appear as though these price checks are coming from regular customers in different locations. They might use residential proxies that make their automated visits look like they're coming from real people's home internet connections. This way, they can collect accurate pricing data without being detected or blocked. Another really popular method is what's called ad intelligence. Companies want to know what kind of advertising their competitors are running, where they're running it, and how much they might be spending. They'll use proxies to access advertising platforms and social media sites from different locations to see what ads are being shown to different audiences. This gives them incredible insights into their competitors' marketing strategies and budget allocation. Then there's something called SEO monitoring, which is huge in the digital marketing world. Businesses want to know what keywords their competitors are ranking for, what kind of content they are creating, and how their search engine optimization strategies are performing. They'll use proxies to perform searches from different locations and see how competitor websites appear in search results across different markets. Product monitoring is another big one, folks. Companies want to know when competitors launch new products, change their product descriptions, or discontinue items. They'll set up automated systems that regularly check competitor product pages and alert them to any changes. Again, proxies are essential here, because frequent automated visits to the same website would quickly get detected and blocked. There's also something called social media monitoring, where businesses track what their competitors are posting on social platforms, how much engagement they're getting, and what kind of conversations are happening around their brand. Proxies allow them to monitor social media activity from different locations without revealing their identity or getting rate limited by the platforms. One particularly sophisticated method is called customer journey mapping. This is where businesses use proxies to simulate the entire customer experience on competitor websites. They'll go through the process of browsing products, adding items to cart, and even going through the checkout process to understand exactly how competitors handle their sales funnel. This gives them insights into everything from user experience design to shipping options and return policies. The really advanced companies, my friends, are using what's called real-time competitive intelligence. They are not just checking competitor information once a day or once a week. They are monitoring it continuously and getting alerts the moment anything changes. This allows them to react incredibly quickly to competitor price changes, new product launches, or marketing campaign updates. Should you be using proxies too? Alright guys, here's the big question. Should you be using proxies for competitive monitoring in your business? The short answer for most of you, probably yes, and here's why. First off, your competitors are almost definitely doing it already. If you're not keeping an eye on them, you're flying blind. They know what you're doing, but you've got no clue what they're up to. That's not a good place to be in a competitive market. But don't worry, you don't have to go all in right away. You can start small and scale as you go. If you're a small business, just start with basic price monitoring. Maybe check a handful of competitor sites once a week using residential proxies. That alone can save you hours and give you a pricing edge. If you're a mid-sized company, you can level up to monitoring product launches, SEO changes, or shifts in messaging. That kind of insight helps you spot trends before they go mainstream. And if you're in a tough or fast-moving industry, then yeah, you'll want full-scale competitive intelligence, real-time price tracking, ad monitoring,